Hey Cancer, welcome to your general life tarot reading for March 16th through the 31st. I hope that you guys are doing great. Grab your sips and let's get right into it. So, as I was meditating on your energy, there were a couple of messages that came through. The first one was, "You want to test my gangster? Okay, come on with it." And then the second message that came through was actually a flash from the movie The Great Debaters. And it was when a young man was getting ready for his debate, and he started it off with resolved, and then he articulated his point. So we'll see how that fits into this reading. But I started by pulling a few oracle cards just to get a sense of the overall energy surrounding you guys right now. The first one that came out is Increase. The second card that came out is Angels of the Four Directions. And the final card that came out for you all is Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. So we'll see what those mean for you, but we'll start by pulling some tarot cards and see what messages Spirit has for you. We'll start out by looking at your current energy. Any challenges, obstacles, or what might currently be hidden from you, advice from Spirit, and your potential outcome. So, first card out for your current energy is the Seven of Fire. The cards that came out in terms of challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have the Ace of Water in reverse, and we also have the King of Water in reverse. For advice from Spirit, let's see what we have. We have the Page of Water that flipped over. And for your potential outcome for my Cancer Collective, okay, we have one that flipped out. And we have the Four of Earth, or the Four of Pentacles in reverse. So we'll grab another tarot deck and see if we can clarify these cards just a little bit further. Starting with your current energy. We have the Ten of Swords in reverse, or upright. Looking at any potential challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have two that came out. We have Strength in reverse, and we also have Page of Swords. For advice from Spirit, okay, we have a few that flipped over. We have the Hanged One. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. And we also have the Six of Swords in reverse. And for your potential outcome, okay, we have the Three of Wands in reverse. So we'll just grab an oracle deck and see if there are any final messages before we get into the reading. For your current energy, we have Darkest Before Dawn. For any challenges, obstacles, and what might be hidden, we have Life Surfing and Inner Peace. For advice from Spirit, we have Release Attachment. And for the potential outcome, we have Past Programming. All right, so let's get into this Cancer Collective. So as I was doing your pre-shuffle, I will admit it was a little bit aggressive. It was like, I'm going to shuffle these cards. I'm going to shuffle the hell out of them. And it was quite interesting. None of the cards got stuck. Nothing was out of order. It was like I was determined to make sure that these cards were good and shuffled. And so I very much felt an energy of determination and an energy of resolve to get something done. So looking at the oracle cards that came out, we have Increase, Angels of the Four Directions, and Trader. So it really feels like you're in a stage right now where there is an incredible potential for growth. And it's going to involve you giving of yourself and sort of having that resolve and saying, you know what, I'm worth this. I have a lot to offer, but what are you going to give me back? And it almost, I just heard the word tailwinds. So it really seems as though you have support behind you, that's pushing you forward. These angels of the four corners where you're protected from all sides and moving forward in what it is that you're looking for in life. So, looking at the tarot, we have the Seven of Fire in reverse, which is the Seven of Wands in traditional tarot. We have the Ten of Swords, and we also have one oracle card, Darkest Before Dawn, Breakdown Before Breakthrough, Major Shift is in Progress, Dissolving Barriers, and Ascending. So, Cancer Collective, it really feels as though you are in a place right now where you are sort of giving up the fight, but I'm not feeling that in a very bad way. It feels as though you've experienced some disappointment, perhaps in something that you were pursuing, maybe for the people around you. And you're starting to come out of that energy where, darkest before dawn, you've experienced all of these challenges, but there is a bright light on the horizon. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, right? So it seems as though you're starting to come out of this energy, that you've processed it already, and it really feels as though you have sort of you're working on resolving within yourself that you're going to push forward to get what it is that you truly want and that, quite frankly, you truly deserve. So, looking at the challenges, obstacles, and what's hidden, we have the Ace of Water in reverse. We have the King of Water in reverse. We have Strength in reverse. And we have the Page of Swords in reverse. We also have two oracle cards for you. The first one is Life Surfing, feeling capable of overcoming adversity, no expectations, approaching life like a sport. And we also have Inner Peace, clearing past or ancient trauma, physical, mental, and spiritual practice, love inner child. So I think that the challenge for you as of late, Cancer, has been overcoming this energy of disappointment, betrayal, always having to fight for something. And, it almost seems at times that your passion is gone, that you've just been a little bit worn out, that you're exhausted. And it seems as though you can't get out of the energy of almost feeling like you're a spectator in your own life, kind of watching things happen to you, but not necessarily actively engaging in them. And it's led to a bit of inner turmoil for you as you're trying to work your way through things. So looking at the advice from Spirit, we have the Page of Water, we have the Hanged One, the Queen of Wands in reverse, the Six of Swords in reverse, and we have Release Attachment. Be free of expectations, feel great about letting go. Longing gives vibe of not having. So what I'm feeling right now for you, for the Cancer Collective, is that you need to get out of this space of limbo, right? The work that you've been putting in trying to move past this sort of stagnant and disappointment energy, it's time to put it to rest. And it's time to sort of detach yourself from whatever it is that's happened before and refocus on what it is that you truly love. And this is not to say that you need to make some grand leap towards that, whether it's career, education, moving, whatever it is that you've been focusing on. Now is the time for baby steps as you're doing your healing process, because what's happening right now that I'm feeling is that you are very much in a place of recovery. And perhaps you don't have the energy to make this grand leap, but you have just enough strength to start taking those steps forward. You're resolved to achieve your goals. You're resolved to get this thing that you've been after. And it's almost as if there have been people or situations around you that have tried to break you down. And you're kind of looking at them like, oh, you thought you won. No, I may not be running at full speed, but I'm absolutely taking the steps. And I think that through that process, of being disappointed, of having people sort of doubt you and your capabilities, you're kind of saying, F it. I don't care what you think. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to move forward at the pace that I feel comfortable. I'm going to do what I can, and I'm going to leave it there. You're not necessarily in a place right now of looking for affirmations from people or support from people. This seems like a lot of internal work, right? Where you're sort of coming out of this and you're moving forward very slowly. You're taking your time, which is not a bad thing. So, what I see in terms of your outcome right now, we have the Four of Earth or the Four of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Three of Wands and in reverse, and we also have one oracle card, past programming. Choose your beliefs, recognize false stories, external conditioning, make decisions that support goal. So, Cancer, you all are moving forward. There is no holding you back right now. You're not sitting around passively waiting for your ships to come in. You have released attachment. You've let go of these expectations and you are just moving forward. Come what may, you are moving along. And as you do that, you're going to let go of this garbage that was in the past. Perhaps believing that things weren't going to happen for you, or you weren't worthy of it, or listening to naysayers. You're going to start making those choices that are good for you. And you're going to let go of all of the stress associated with this. And I think that you will find creative ways to use the gifts that you have, the energy that you have within you, to get you closer to these goals, to get you closer to growth, and to leverage spirit and all of the support that you have behind you for the people who weren't naysayers to help propel you forward. So we're going to pull one last oracle card for you and see if there are any final messages from Spirit before I let you guys go. Any last messages for my Cancer collective? And we have one that came out, and it says, I trust that my powerful intentions combined with faith are enough to allow my vision to become my reality. So, Cancer, where people may have doubted you before and where you may have been disappointed, I feel like you're going to, I just heard Custer's last stand. So you are going to mount this last stand in moving forward and making sure that your actions, making decisions that support your goal are aligned with your intentions and your belief that Spirit has your back. And whatever it is that you're envisioning will start to come to fruition because you're acting on it. You're moving forward, irrespective of what has happened to you in the past. And that is an incredibly beautiful and resilient energy. So I am incredibly hopeful that everything works out the way that you want it to, or at least in the way that is for your greatest good. So Cancers, I will leave it there for you. I hope that this resonated with you somehow. If it did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future readings. In the meanwhile, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm sending you all huge hugs.